Welcome, my gamer tag is Cowboy30 and I make videos on World of Warship Legends. In this episode we're aboard the Tier 5 Icarus, British destroyer. And I want to use this video to show how my train of thought is when I'm playing this game. And especially with the Icarus. Normally I prefer playing with the Japanese destroyers because they have a better torpedo range. So here if you look at the mini-map, my initial goal here was to go between the two islands and then spot enemy targets. You already spot the first objective, an Iron Duke. So try to report them, and then, so my goal is then so go between the islands and then capture the enemy base if there are no enemies, or try to sink some ships while I'm en route. Here again, okay, here I detect and I'm at the same time spotted by the enemy Mayhan, the enemy destroyer. I don't think at this moment he's fully aware where I am because my companions are firing at him. So not using torpedoes against destroyers, they're too nimble. So instead I'm using my guns. So he's probably breaking off contact from the enemy battleships. He already dropped smoke. So now I'm deciding to go ahead anyhow with torpedoes, because the Icarus can fire them one by one. And I want to have a wide spread to cover every maneuver of the Mayhem. But my fellow battleships already take care of that. So here now I'm in a pickle, in a problem. I'm close enough to the Iron Duke so that he can not only fire with his maintenance but also with his secondaries at me. So I drop smoke, turn around, try to get the smoke between us and break off the contact. Smoke screen set. While I'll wait until my torpedoes are replenished. So I'm using the torpedo aiming system to know where he is going. So we also have this New York here, so I'm now doubting, okay, for which one will I go? Will I go for the New York? Will I go for the Iron Duke? And I'm settling on the Iron Duke, who's ablaze, who's running away actually, or is trying to run away from our friendly cruiser. The only thing that I have now to take into account is, okay, he's still out of range of my torpedoes. Is that, and I fire, so I'm visible for that enemy New Yorker. Is, how will he react? Will he fire at me? And apparently he's not firing at me, but at the destroyer, the Bourgogne, I think, that just got sunk. And the Iron Duke is also gone. So I'm now only facing the New Yorker, who's sailing backwards. And he basically makes a mistake. He should have started to maneuver, because he's going backwards in a straight line, which allows me to approach for a torpedo launch. As long as he's in a straight line, I can aim my torpedoes. So 5 kilometers. Basically, if you're a battleship and you spot a destroyer, assume he is firing torpedoes at you. So what the New York should have done here is stop, reverse, and or at least try to maneuver to the left or to the right to throw off my aim. As you can see, my torpedoes, I think he slowed down, but too late. As at least 3 torpedoes hit him. He's lucky, a 4th torpedo would have sunk him. So I keep firing at him because, okay, if you look on the minimap, nobody, okay, I killed him. So why was I keeping firing at him? Nobody was looking, he was not looking at me, and no other targets were in range. So now I'm aiming for the base, the enemy base. You see, one of our destroyers was already capturing it, but so he's now duking it out with another destroyer. The enemy has still a battleship in the right corner, but that battleship has still to deal with some of our ships. So he won't be able to arrive in time at our base. So the enemy destroyer is also too far away for me to engage. So my goal is now to try to capture the base. So the enemy destroyer is gone. So they still have one destroyer that nobody has detected yet, and one battleship. I'm faster than the battleship, so I'm gonna arrive earlier at the capture point. So don't fear that the enemy battleship will capture before me. And we've already one battleship starting the capture, so we'll join him soon. And there is the unaccounted destroyer, who's now also approaching our flag, but there's still a battleship, two battleships guarding our position, our flag, and he's already gone.
Our victory is in.
So either we now capture the base, or one of our battleships, or of our battleships at the bottom, deal with the enemy battleship. So either way, the victory is ours. And that's it. We won. Thank you for watching. Good evening, good night, and see you in the next video.